Spread the fire. Welcome back to SMWX. Ayeye. I'm here with former Minister of Mineral Resources, Mosebenzi Zwane, and newly minted Member of Parliament for the African National Congress.
Yeah.
And of course, former Premier of the Northwest Province, Mr. Supra Mahomapelo. Thank you so much for joining us on SMWX. It's a great privilege to have
Thank
you
you.
here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Firstly, how do you think this Parliament will be different?
And hi to the WhatsApp people. Hi to the WhatsApp people.
Dade, let me start with you. How do you think this Parliament will be different from the Fifth Parliament given the new dynamics of an increased opposition?
No, I don't think we must worry about the increased opposition. What we need to do as the African National Congress is to say what has been the cumulative lessons we have learned up to the Fifth Parliament. And what are the things that we need to do differently, more aggressively, better speed, so that we can prepare for the Seventh Parliament. So that the Seventh Parliament can do the same, to learn from the Sixth Parliament and the rest of the parliaments that would have come. So I just hope that there can be an improved conduct and behavior in Parliament, because it doesn't reflect on South Africa as a country very well. We appear chaotic at the global level. And I'm not saying that parties shouldn't express in a manner in which they want to gain attention of the media, whatever they want to do. So I think as the ANC, more intense, consistent contact with the masses of the people on the ground is very important. But also I think doing constructive criticism among ourselves, it will be very, very necessary for us to do that, so that we hold each other more accountable first before we can hope for committees to hold us accountable, a society to hold us accountable. We must be upfront on our weaknesses, on our shortcomings and our achievements, and overemphasize more what is it that we are going to do to deal with issues of poverty, inequality and unemployment.
And Mr. Zwane, how do you read what the new Parliament's task will be, and how do you look at it in comparison to the previous era that we've just come out of now?
Well, we continue to improve on what we did not do correctly.
Yes.
Also including what the people have given us as a mandate. Because when we were doing door-to-door, we had an opportunity to physically make a contact with our people and physically see for ourselves how far we have gone and what are we still lacking on. So this Sixth Parliament gives us an opportunity to actually be intolerant of those issues that we can deal with and ensure that our people enjoy a better life, all of them. Rather than looking at each other and going at each other's necks, my view is that we must focus more on what people have said we must come and do in this Sixth Parliament.
Yeah, and I was certainly taken aback by the announcement today that Deputy President David Mabuza will not be taking up his seat. What does this mean for the ANC at the moment? How should we read this decision?
Look, we will leave that to the leadership of the ANC to deal with.
Sure.
So I don't think myself I'm qualified to respond to that matter.
Okay. Yeah. Any views from you?
Yeah, well, people have their own views.
Sure.
And their own right that we need to respect. I'm sure the organization will be able to interact fruitfully with that matter.
Yeah.
I don't see it as a crisis. I don't see it as a crisis. ANC has members that from time to time will take decisions, and we must live with that.
And just finally, in terms of the agenda moving forward for this Parliament, one of the key questions that will be before this Parliament is the question of land, particularly the Section 25 process. What can we expect going forward in terms of the Section 25 process?
One of the mistakes we are making is to separate the issue of land from the economy.
Sure.
The two are not separable. So we need to make sure that at all times, when we discuss the economy, we shouldn't discuss land in isolation from dealing with problems of the economy of South Africa. Because most of the sectors, whether it's mining sector, agricultural sector, whatever, they are anchored on the issue of land. And there's no way the constitution will not be amended. There's no question about it. It's just a question of when, not whether it's going to be amended. So it has to be amended for us to effect and accelerate that change in South Africa. And what we must do is to say, how do we use that to unite South Africa better? And as a member of parliament, I will want to understand, for instance, from Freedom Front Plus, what is their problem? If all of us as a country, we are to say, we are all South Africans, as Freedom Charter say, belongs to all of us who live in it. What is their problem in us accepting that we must go through that necessary pain as a country, black, white, Indian, colored, and take responsibility, all of us, to make sure that we go beyond the amendment of the Constitution, and we work on using the land as a necessary variable in the economy to get our situation right.
And just finally, Ntate, also on this land question, I think many people who are keen to see land reform aren't sure whether the ANC will be decisive on this issue. Do you have any, can you guarantee us that there will be a more decisive approach?
Well, ANC as a member of ANC myself, it's putting its hands on the deck in terms of all the resolutions we have taken, including this one. We will be going to Lekgotla very soon, where we are going to crystallize our approach on all the resolutions we have taken, and we want to speed, because they affect our people, they affect the economy and their lives. We will be hands-on, we'll have time to sit in the committees and ensure that we do what we are supposed to do as sent by the people through the ticket of the ANC.
Well, thanks so much for joining us on SMWX, and all the best, Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you. SMWX. No young people are around the decision-making table. Let some new voices come to the fore. Follow us on WhatsApp and catch us live Tuesdays and Thursdays. Out with the old, in with the new. SMWX.